live stream in probably months, I want to say. I've moved away somewhat from No Limit Hold'em. I still do play No Limit Hold'em from time to time. There will be No Limit Hold'em streamed from time to time. I'm not committing in future to a live schedule. I'm kind of just going to stream whenever the hell I want, really. It's going to please myself a lot more, and just see what happens. Worst case scenario is I get fed up with it again within a few weeks or days even and stop doing it. Best case scenario, we get to rebuild a nice poker community and get people involved. It's all win-win. I mean, our second table firing up, which is always good. And hopefully now we can enjoy a game. Enjoy a game of poker, which we all like to do. That's why we're all here. I'm not going to talk too much while the chat is empty. Especially while I'm just posting to a few places. Probably will be soon though. Probably be doing a bit more talking in just a moment. Can defend this hand. We are suited to the ace. We have 5, 6, 7, 10, which isn't great, but blind versus blind is probably going to be okay. I think when he doesn't see, but he hasn't got anything really big. We do have not much going on with our hands and some very weak backdoor equity, so if we think we can just make him fold, well, why not just make him fold? Seems like a good plan. I've been enjoying playing 6-card PLO recently. It's if you get involved in a good game with the right players, it can be sensational. We will be playing we were about to until put them in 4-bet in, sorry, them in 3-bet. We're just going to fold that because we're not closing the action. If we were closing the action, I would have just flicked in another 50 cents there. But because we weren't closing the action, it's a pretty big disaster for us if Berryman then repots it or whatever and we just put 5 blinds in never to see a flop. Not something I want to be doing. What the really exciting thing about pot limit 6-card Omaha is when all the money goes in, no one has a fucking clue. No one has a clue who's in front, who's behind. It's just one massive exciting gamble to see if the chips slide your way at the end. So here we have bottom 2 pair, which in pot limit Omaha isn't great. In 6-card pot limit Omaha is fucking miserable holding. Thoroughly miserable holding. So we're just going to be checking and folding and not caring. Just putting a little minor bit to spam out. I'm not expecting to get a good audience this morning. It'll be interesting to see if we can get some of our old viewers back. Be nice to see some old faces again, have a little chit chat. At one point we were getting up to where I was getting maybe 20 viewers a night, which was fun. It was fun, but then he just got too demanding and just couldn't be asked anymore basically, so So I stopped. This time we're going to learn from that. Rooks dies a regular. Do I want to 3-bet him with my pretty decent but not great hand, or do I want to let these two weaker players in? Well, I don't know, Utis might not be a weaker player, he hasn't played many pots yet, but I know Perrin's not great. Deuce, 3. Not the best of flops for us. Suited ace and 3 cards to Broadway. Seems like a good spot to open. I will stab at this pot on the turn if it checks through again. Don't think people will check a deuce twice. 6, 8, 9. Limp. One thing we can do in 6 card Omaha is limp. If you like to see flops, this is again very much a flop game. There are some people they clearly come from a no limit hold'em background who you play the hand more as a pre. Try and, in my opinion, put too much emphasis on pre-flop. I think they're making a huge mistake. It's very, very, very much a post-flop game. See cheap flops against bad players, and basically try and flop good equity. That's the nub of this game at these stakes, in my opinion. But I've only played maybe 2,000 hands, so I wouldn't exactly call myself an expert in the game, that's for sure. But I do class myself somewhat as a poker savant, and I just get the job done with my poker. Lots of people quite dismissive about my approach, my style, my whatever, call it what you will, because I'm not a big numbers guy. I'm not really that big on studying super hard, but I am big on finding games that I can enjoy and playing them, learning how to play them well, and then just enjoying poker and taking what comes from it, which I think as a recreational player it's all we can hope for. Anything other than that, anything in excess of enjoying it and making a few extra bits of pocket money, is going to be a huge bonus. Just putting a little bit more spam out there. Sorry if that's a bit noisy with the typing. You're a good audience. La la la. Are you a follower, la la? It's been a while now. I've forgotten just exactly who followed, who didn't follow, but yeah, I do appreciate people taking the time to come and watch. I hope you enjoy it. I hope we're playing a game that you guys can find fun to watch for a start. I think it has to be more fun than watching No Limit Hold'em, surely. We're going to call here because we have like an excellent rundown hand. We're not playing it for flush potential, we're playing it purely for straight potential. Fortunately we've missed the flop pretty damn hard, and we won't be continuing any further. It's a much more fun game. I think it's going to be a better game for people to watch than No Limit. I think it's going to be a better game. It's going to certainly give me more to talk about than No Limit. I think I was getting really bored streaming No Limit Hold'em, which to be frank is pretty fucking boring game these days. Too many people playing it well, and when No Limit Hold'em is played well, it's just boring. And then Barryman's played every single pot. I'm going to have the option to hopefully put a sizable back raise in here with what is almost certainly the best hand, but our side cards are just fucking horrendous. Well, we can now get 25, we get 100 blinds in here pre-flop with aces against two guys who are just playing incredibly wild, so of course we're going to try and do that. We haven't flopped particularly well, but I mean it's $2.81, so let's see what's happening. He has a pair, he has two pairs, we now have two pairs, and we win. Go us. A little bit of fist pumping there that you guys didn't get to see. But yeah, I mean, let's just see what he got. He just decided he wanted to put $25 in a flop, in a pot with the 10, the 7, the 8, the 4, the king and the 3. Which is clearly fucking batshit crazy. But as batshit crazy as it is, I wouldn't be surprised if he had upwards of 35% equity. Because in 6-card Omaha, the equities run incredibly close together. Thank you very much, Paul. I appreciate it, sir. It was actually you, genuinely, it was you sending me that email that inspired me to maybe think about doing it again. There won't be very much No Limit Hold'em though. No Limit Hold'em is your bag. You might want to find somebody else to watch. If just watching good, interesting gambling games is your bag, well then, you're in the right place. You are definitely in the right place. 8, 8, 9, queen. A bad flush draw. Oh, I couldn't live without that in my life. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. It's a rundown. Not a particularly attractive rundown because we make the shit end of everything. But I think we can still play it in this game with these players. And we have another very good rundown. We have a new follower. Who the devil is that? La9, thank you ever so much, sir. I haven't heard that for a long time, and it is nice to hear. So we've flopped really well here. We've got the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got any 3, any 6, any 7, any 8. They all give us the nuts. So we're just going to lead out. We're not going to put any more money in this pot. The ace is a pretty damn bad card for us. We do have a shitty flush draw, but I'm not interested in that. But we're just going to... I'm not going to bet here and just getting raised. I'm going to try and check and call, and unfortunately we've bricked out completely, and our hand is now just whatever the heck it is for 2 pairs, I guess. So we're done with it, and we're going to lose. Yeah, we do lose to this river set of 9s. Wow, what on earth was he scared of there? Sweet baby Jesus. When I checked there, 3 9s is nuts. He said he didn't want to play, I guess. Where are you from, Lala? Tell me a little bit about Lala. Where do you live in the world? Where do you play your poker at? What do you do? What makes Lala's life fun? Not sure how long the stream's going to run for this morning, guys, because it is literally just something playful I'm doing. It'll probably run as long as the games are good. I mean, this table on the left is not good. I'll probably request to move, actually. It's just 2 regulars and me. I keep playing it for the purpose of the stream, but this table on the right hand side is really good. We have Nold Fold and whatever this guy's called, Barvey, who has certified nutters, which we always like. We always like playing the certifiable nutters because they're the guys we could all make our money from. Betting and 3-betting pre-flop, there's no tomorrow. All we're going to do is just try and sit out of the way and just look for good spots to shovel money in. It's a good game, Paul. This is a good game, sir. The rake is probably insanely high, but what I like about this game, well, there's a lot of things I like about it. It's No one's done the maths on it yet. Well, not many people have done the maths. There's no knowledge out there about this game. There's no one talking about it. No one playing it. So therefore, there's big edges to be found. It's tracking software aren't tracking it. I'm using Hold'em Indicator just to track people's VPIPs and PFRs. It's rubbish. It doesn't track anything else, of course, because it's for no limit Hold'em. But it does work in terms of tracking VPIPs and PFRs. So, yeah, I don't think gaining much advantage from it, but it's just nice to know, who's the regulars, who's the tight players, who's the loose players. It's literally all it's for. It doesn't work as a calculator or anything like that, because it only captures 2 of our cards. We had the 8 deuce according to this. So it's not great, but it's useful. I wouldn't say those guys are normal like that, but they're not rare. they're really not rare. I've been playing some games lately where in my tagging system these are the colours that I would be tagging them, but they're really, really, really weak players, and I've had tables where I've had literally all 4. I've had 2 tables with 8 different players who are all absolute superfish, and it's a lot of fun. But he doesn't pot it here. He doesn't ever have a really strong hand. It's whether I want to use this rundown hand with the suit to the ace to try and squeeze these guys out, which isn't going to happen. So I think 3-betting pre-flop in 6-card Omaha, if you're in games where there's at least 2 calling stations, is just not a good strategy. All you will end up doing is making absolutely huge pots where you just don't flop much equity, and you just end up just paying more and more rake and just getting super frustrated. I think it's definitely a game for keeping pots small pre-flop and then just trying to explode them post-flop. New Zealand. I was talking about New Zealand to a friend at work earlier. They're saying how it's somewhere in the world I would probably think I'd like to go and live. I think I'd like to live in New Zealand. And then we've got Paul, the Aussie. He might live in Australia too. Might just be a little bit hot there for me though. Might just be too hot. Who knows? Ten, 9, 8 jack with a suit. We're going to hope Nick Folk doesn't 3-bet gain. We don't really want this to be 3-bet. He did. Well, I think he's just too strong to not play against these 2 jokers. He's just got such good drawing potential. So what have we got here? We have an open end straight draw, over pair, not much else going on. But we do get to see a second card, which is nice. I don't think we ever have the best hand here on this board. So I'm certainly not going to be looking to bet for value. Nothing to protect against. And we just didn't flop as well as we would have. Well, we flopped pretty well, but it hasn't worked out for us. Never mind. You just know these guys are going to pay us off when we do make a hand. Use the same tracker. I'd rather have a proper tracker for it, but I guess the fact it isn't tracked will certainly help keep regulars away. Someone's phoning my home phone. I'll be back in one moment. Oh. Hello? Hello? Right, let's just talk about this for a moment, right? I know that you're some sort of weird scammer, yeah? and you try to rip me off, so please just fuck off. Don't phone me, you horrible, destructive little person. I hope you get a really bad disease and die. Bye bye now. So I got distracted by a scammer. This is Murray from Windows. You have a problem with your computer? Yeah, I do. There's not enough fish on it right now. That's the problem I have with it. I hate them scammers. He abused one one day. He actually phoned back and complained to my wife about the way I spoke to him. It wasn't really pleasant, not gonna lie. But yeah, the audacity is there, trying to scam me. Then when I basically tell him where he can put his scam, he decides to get offended. As you can see, Nold Fold, sorry. It's quite special. He's having a lot of fun. And so is Barbie Man. So we just know we're in good games here. Wow. Look at all this action. What have we all got? Kings, who knows what, and rags. Come on, the diamond. No, the regular's just gonna stack both of the whales, which is clearly very unfortunate for us. That was not what we wanted to happen. Look at that. 5, 10, 4. Wow. 3 10s, 3 5s, 3 4s. I'm all in, kid. He doesn't give a shit. Not a single fuck was given by him. And he didn't have an awful lot going on either. So we can see how light this guy stacks off. I mean, I'm guessing just shoving and getting it in, he's going to be fine. But I think calling's also going to be fine. Just reduce that variance somewhat. We've now got 2 overcards, backdoor flush draw, and an open end straight draw. So we are just going to check shove on him now. Or check pot. And I guess we could just call, but we've got tons of equity against his range. I'm just going to hope to get lucky. And we did not get lucky, which is unfortunate. But how were we doing equity wise then? He had an overpair. He had a pair of 9s and the 8 9, and pretty much that was it. So I mean, even though he had the best hand, I think we definitely got it in good there in terms of equity. I don't know exactly how much equity we had, but feels like we got it in just fine. We just didn't win. I mean, I don't mind losing spots. That's a Barry man, because I mean the guy's just putting tons and tons of dead money in. And Woodstock just keep whatever it's called. He just keeps taking Nold Fold's money. I mean, let's just look at what's happening with Nold Fold here. It's getting back up on the screen. He's played 35 hands. He's lost $187. I mean, it's just not the kind of service you get with No Limit Hold'em. You do not get that kind of whale in your typical No Limit Hold'em game. So what do we have here? We have 2 pairs on an incredibly coordinated board. And we won't be continuing in this pot. We're drawing to a bad full house, we're drawing to a bad backdoor flush, we're drawing to bad straights. Basically everything's low end. Which is a problem with these low cards, which is why you won't find me playing them too often. You do end up always like having the worst end of everything. Whereas with this kind of hand, wow, look at this, they're at it again. Don't let the regular win again. Let someone else win this time. Yeah, somebody else won. I hope you guys are enjoying the action that we're providing you with this morning. He's won a hell of a game. So again, we've got a huge top end of a wrap. Because we are so deep, I will not be going for any check raises because this guy's just gambling. I think we'll be looking to try and actually make a hand before we look to build a big pot with him. We're this deep. And unfortunately, what have we got here? Queens, and have we got any second of the pairs going on? We have 2 pairs, queens and tens. And it doesn't beat very much. I mean, it's top 2 pairs. I mean, unless he has the... I mean, I guess he could just have the 3-6. But against this player, we're going to call. Oh, I didn't realise the straight was out there. Never mind. He's going to raise, so... He's going to limp into him because of a raise. He's going to 3-bet. It's going to be more expensive to see a flop. And we flopped 2 pairs. We now flopped a better 2 pairs with a flush draw. And we've now rivered what I'm going to assume is going to be the nuts. Do I want to chase my non-nut flush? Nope, I do not. Do not want to do that. Two kings is basically just a steal here. Now, the rest of our cards are pretty rubbish. We have like double suited kings, which I guess isn't terrible, but it's not something I'm going to get super excited about either. Now, flopping top set, that's something I can get behind. Oh, these guys are off again. Oh, I wanted Noel Fold to win this one. You know, we can't just keep having him losing every single time. It's not good. He needs to win sometimes. I'm going to pot it here while we've still got the nuts. That's a bad river. I'm going to have to fold when he donks. I think the shove's almost certainly coming here. And that is just particularly unfortunate, but he just has a flush there close to all the time, I would imagine. And I take it. Come on, this time, Nold. Get the job done. Nope, Nold fails again. The old 3-2 gets the job done at the end. This is insane. Just how quickly Nold Fold he's just giving his money away. So we flop a flush. Albeit the third nut flush, so we won't be looking too excited. When he checks, we're just going to start leading for value now. And we're just going to bet fold the river. Didn't particularly want to hit a flush here, I wanted to hit a straight. That flush is just too small to bet for value. Probably just going to check fold. Calling with like the 5th nuts in this game on the river is not going to be a way to make money. Aces with 1 suit. We have a flush draw. We have a pair of 3s. Nord's going to raise, I would imagine. I'm going to call. I'm going to hope Wookstad doesn't squeeze. He doesn't. And we flopped the second nut flush draw and a good shot. And an overpair. Neat enough to bet with, I think. Kings and fives, 2 pairs. We've been check raised by somebody who has barely put a chip in the pot. So he's just going to have a huge draw here, I would imagine. It's probably a favour over us. So, I'm going to get the hell out. And here we have 2 pairs, kings and fives, and we have the aces. I'm only really worried about sets here, which we block pretty hard. So we're just going to try and build a big pot while we like our hand. And now we're heads up against a nit, so we're just going to sit out and we're going to request a move. You're playing heads up against someone who's playing tighter than me, isn't going to be my idea of fun. I forgot to leave this with it. It'll give me the chance I could move me to a table with more players. Thank you. As you can see again, I'm not 3-betting versus the Berry Mav, whatever it's called, Barbie Man. My entire strategy against these guys is just make something nutted and then go from there. They've demonstrated that they just do not fold pre-flop. Equities run so close here, we just constantly get it all in pre-flop against them. The only winner is going to be the rake, in my opinion. And you can get it in pre-flop with coin flips against them all the time. Is that really what we want to be doing against some of the worst players I've ever seen? Is that the best we can do? Get a coin flip? I don't think so. I think we can do much better than that. Oh, we've got Russ. Russ is in the chat. B Kenny92, Icebird and Cruisebig. All of which are new to me apart from Russ Alpha Probe. So hello everyone who's found us this morning. And I do hope you're going to enjoy the stream. I'm certainly enjoying playing. I think I'm losing just a little bit of money right now from the start of the session. Yeah, I'm down about $15. But we're making coins. We're making coins, we can play the deal. Get in there. Who doesn't want to play the deal, eh? Highest variance rake back scheme ever. Got 8 million fucking free roll tickets that I'm never going to use. Never going to use them. What I am very hopeful of though is making a lot of money at this table. If the table doesn't break, I'm very confident we can leave with a 3-figure stack. So we have a pretty premium rundown hand here, but again, you're not going to catch me 3-betting too often. We're going to try and hit some flops first, and here we do have a very good straight draw. A jack doesn't give us the nuts, but a 9 does, an ace does. We have really weak spades. A limp here with this hand, just to try and see some flops on the cheap. And with maniacs. So I don't like our draw very much here, but I think it's too strong to fold. And now we pick up 2 worthless flush draws. And over here we have just 1 pair, which I'm not going to go nuts with. So Jack 9, we have the nuts. And we can rep plenty of missed draws, I would imagine. As you can see around these tables, there's just not that many regulars. Wookstar's a regular, I'm a regular. And the rest of them are just all gamblers. They're just gamblers, and they are definitely creating good games. I'm not sure how good the games are at the higher stakes. I'm sure they're going to be good still. I'm not really bold to play a 50 pot limit Omaha 6 card. I'd imagine you'd need maybe over 100 buy-ins to be comfortably rolled for this game, and I don't have 5k online, and I'm not going to play 50 before I've learned the game. If I can spin my full tilt account up to maybe 2k, something like that, then maybe I'll look at it and think, well, yeah, we've got 40 buy-ins for a game that I think is really good. And who knows, I might be able to parlay that 40 buy-ins into 400 buy-ins. Who knows? It's really, I think the potential is there for this to be a real money spinner. I'm definitely approaching it with a slowly catch the monkey approach, rather than just going to try and hit the ball at the park early on. We could probably play a third table. I'm not going to play a third table because it doesn't look good on the stream, but there's plenty of traffic. There's 24 players in these games right now. 8, 5, 7, yeah, 3 deuce. We're going to have the button. We're going to limp the button just to try and have him isolate. Then we're going to call and just see if we can't flop something nice. We flopped a pair with not much else going on, so an old photo can have it. We have the nut flush draw. We have top 2 pair. We will be check raising no fold here, and we're very confident that we have an absolute ton of equity. I mean, even against a straight here, we're in good shape. Now we have a better 2 pairs. And I don't think he ever has a straight. I think he would have shoved with the straight. So we've got an even better 2 pairs with a flush draw still. Surprised he found the 4 button there. That wasn't something I expected Node to have in his playbook. Wow, he likes a lot of 3-betting. Just look at his stats for a moment. He's played 85/77 with a 70% 3-bet. That, my friend, is a premium fish. That is premium El Primo Fishios. While we are here, if any of you guys would like to be part of a new message board that I'm trying to get going, please do click the link that I'm about to paste in the chat box. I need to try and get this timing right, so it's going to be right. The post is at minute 41. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, obviously all hearts is no good, but we have tremendous straight draw potential. And we just flopped an absolute monster in terms of straight draws, and the board is rainbow, so we've now got any 5 gives us a nuts. 8, does it? Yeah, there's just basically tons of cards that gives us. I can't be asked counting them all, but it's lots. Again, I think we have every right just to pop this and just try and get all the money in. Because this is like better than the flush draw what we have here right now in terms of our drawing potential. The deuce is horrible. I'm going to hope he doesn't decide to do something crazy here. He doesn't. I'm just going to take my free card now because the deuce is a complete brick. I don't think it offers any fold equity, and it hurts it a little bit. So, but we do river the nuts. We're probably going to end up chopping this, which is unfortunate. Just double check with you other nuts. The 9 and the 10, there's no flushes out. Yes. Oh, and he just decided to just dump on us. Which is totally pleasant. Or did he call our razor on the flop? 2. Yes. That's why you don't play low cards, because you just flop shit draws on everything. everything you flop shit. And that's taken Nold Fold now to a net loss of $341 in just 50 hands. And the man is still reaching into his pocket, which hats off to him for his tenacity. He is tenacious. We've got a straight here, but we're just going to check fold it. And we won. I think on a big chop. Wasn't paying attention. Anyway, let's catch up with some comments. Yeah, I think 3 tables would be. I'd struggle to cope playing 3 tables well, and I don't think it'd help the stream at all. Really don't think it would help the stream, so I'm more than happy just playing 2. I could have one on the side if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. With the 3 betting, you can be really... No, you can't be, Russ, and that's why I don't. So I choose not to get involved with the 3 betting. Equities, I mean, even in pot limit Omaha, dry aces are never anything more than like a 60-40 favourite, and that's just 4 card Omaha. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the equities are. I've tried looking for them online. I can't find them anywhere. So if anyone has done the work, they're keeping it to themselves, which is fair enough. But I just don't know how you can be a favourite pre-flop with anything really. Anything more than, like, say, 55% favourite. Like, you could have, I think maybe if you had, I don't know, aces, kings, king, jack 10 suited. If that was your hand, I mean, then you might be a favourite. But no, it's a post-flop game. This is where you will not. The only time you catch me 3 betting is if I'm 100 blinds deep, and I can put a fucking big squeeze in. If I can do that, then I'll make a 3 bet. No, I think once you're getting up to 150 blinds plus deep, I really see absolutely no value in 3 betting. I mean, we could 3 bet here for isolation, but we've got a very strong hand. I mean, the 6 and the 3 hurt us, but it's almost certainly going to be doing very well against Nold Fold. But we've seen Nold Fold's more than happy to just stack off post flop with a really wide range, so I'm fine with this. I mean, again, we've flopped really well against him. Unless we're behind the sets and sets on nut flush draw, top 2 pairs. They've got shot straight draw, so again we're just going to shovel a lot of money in now because we like our equity. And we've turned the nuts. I'm just going to hope he's got a flush of some sort. So if he does, he isn't folding it because he's Nold Fold. And he didn't have the flush. So never mind. These games are insanely good, Russ. They're not just really good. They are absolutely. They're the best games of poker I've ever played in my life. I mean, I remember back playing Northern Beholder back in 2006, 2007. But I was shit, and everyone else was shit too. And those games were good. But I mean, these games are just fucking insanely good. Yay, go on, Nold. Nold's won a pot. I like that. I mean, I like the fact he's in here losing literally hundreds of dollars in an hour. But, you know, I like to see these guys win too. Preferably not from me, but I don't begrudge them winning from me either. It's all part of the game. If there's no fun, we're just getting crushed constantly. Eventually the guy wouldn't redeposit. But ask yourselves this. How often, when was the last time you guys saw anyone playing poker? They played 56 hands and they'd lost, whatever that is, 10, 12, 13 buy-ins in 56 hands. That's not going to happen at any no limit table you're ever going to play. It's just not going to happen. I think if you are serious about poker and about wanting to make money in 2015, 2016, 2017, etc., you need to move away from no limit hold'em. I think that's becoming ever more apparent. So what do we have here? We have a good shot straight draw. And nothing much else. And he's potted it, so... We'll let Nordfold continue his little mini heater. Yeah, I think you just have to move away from that. That's somebody who makes money from no limit hold'em coaching. For me, there's not enough money in no limit hold'em anymore. The game. People are on poker forums saying that poker is dying. Maybe it is a little bit, but I think it's actually no limit hold'em that's dying. Six max no limit hold'em is close to being a dead game now. It's on the bones of its ass, and in the meantime we've flopped the nuts against Nordfold, which is always a nice thing to do. We are going to raise him. I'm going to keep piling pressure on while we know we've got the nuts. We're going to pray a diamond doesn't come on the river, or the board doesn't pay, because that would make me incredibly sad. Now I'm just going to check. I mean, I don't think he has king queen. But wow, we should have value bet here. I think it's no, we shouldn't. I think I balled it there, to be honest with you. Could he have a hand he could have caught with? Wow, he had a set. He'd beat me into the fucking pot, wouldn't he? He'd have beat me into the pot with his set. Never mind. I'm not even paying attention to table 2 at the moment. Not even paying attention to it. There's just way too much going on with Nordfold. So we've turned a set, and it looks like Perrin doesn't have a flush. So we'll just value bet. Yep, we're rooting for you here, Noldy boy. Whatever you've got, I hope it's connected, sir. Seven, 8, 9. Nope. Thank you very much, Paul. Do appreciate it. Get involved as well, sir. Don't just join. Join and get involved, because I think there's a place. I think there's a place out there for recreational, friendly poker players. I mean, a lot of you guys will find me from Reddit and what have you. I think Reddit, it's a shower of shit, isn't it? Let's have it right. It's a necessary evil for me. If I wasn't a poker player, or if I wasn't trying to do what I'm doing, which is get a little bit of coaching work, which is, you know, try to build a website, try to build my forum, I wouldn't go near Reddit. If Reddit just stopped existing, it wouldn't give a fuck. It's a horrible, horrible site where recreational players and just get abused, condescended, patronised by fucking elitist, snobbish wankstains. Really isn't my cup of tea. Well, I've got to go there. But I think there's a place out there. There's people, enough people want a friendly message board where they can go on and they can ask the silly questions. They can be treated with a little bit of respect, a bit of dignity. Just because you're bad at poker, it doesn't give some fucking jumped up young teen toss rag the right to just look at his nose at you and belittle you. And that's what happens on most poker forums. That will not be happening on my poker forum. It will be very seriously modded in terms of abuse. It won't be seriously modded into people post what the hell you want. I don't care what people post on any topic, but one thing it won't be toxic and it won't be abusive. We're just limited here because we know Noel's going to raise, and we don't want to get 3-bet with his hand. We want to see him flops with it. We're cheap. We don't want to be seeing flops for $4 when we can see each flops for $1.25. And we flop. Not that great. We have a Not great flush draw. We have not great straight draws. Do we have any draws to the nuts here? I guess the ace of hearts gives us the nuts. And I guess a 4, does it? Does a 4 give us the nuts? Fuck it, we'll draw anyway. If he pots the turn, we're just going to give up. Even though he can only have sets. So 5. Now we have a straight. 5. Do we? 6, 9. Is 6, 9 the nut straight? I do believe it is, isn't it? I'm not fond of Paul as a name, Paul. No offence, it's my name too. I'm not fond of it. I think it shows a distinct lack of creativity from my parents. I was born in the 70s, you know, there's probably lots of cool names in the 70s. Paul wasn't one of them. Well, never mind. We are where we are. Stuck with it. I'll put up with it, I guess. And we flop the second nut flush. Now we've rivered. Now we know we have the nuts. We can lead out. You're going to presume he does have a flush of some description. You know, like betting twice. I just didn't want to raise him there with the second nuts. He did. He had the 4th nuts or whatever. Who knows what nuts he had. But it was a bad nut. 2 9s, 2 kings. Let's have a little set mine against Northwood. I think we're about 7 to 2 to flop a set when we have 2 pairs in our hand. We've flopped a gut shot instead with 2 backdoors. Against Nold, I think that's enough to call 1 street. Now it could be done if he bombs again. I think our kings might even be good here, who knows. Here's Nold. And now we've rivered the second nuts. I'm not going to jog it this time. If we get check raise, it's a very, very easy fold. Second nut flush draw, gut shot, backdoor flush draw. Not enough for me to continue here. I think we need to be disciplined in situations like that. Draw into second nuts when someone leads out from the 1 hole probably isn't going to be a good idea. I wouldn't have thought. What I said was crap. I said Reddit was crap. Reddit poker. /r/poker. Incredibly toxic place. So we've got a flush draw here against Nold, which is a rubbish flush draw. And again, we have a bad gut shot, so we're going to let him take one. The key to this game, we should probably talk about it. The keys to this game are having cards that work together for a start. We're not looking for no limit hold'em hands here. Like we've got 2 jacks and ace 9 suited, and we've got like a 4-7 dangler. For me, this is just a garbage hand, complete garbage. Not even worth. I mean, we could be worth taking a flop with, I guess. You know, like set value to try and flop nut flushes, but it's garbage. And I think you have to have pretty decent standards. We can't just say, oh fuck it, we'll play all these cards, because if we do that, we end up being these guys who we're taking money from. I think high rundowns with suits to that with like ace suits. Pairs. I'm not fond of pairs in this game. I'd like to have like suited rundowns. That's what we like to see. This isn't too bad. We've got like the 7-6 10 jack queen. It's a really good hand in terms of the straight potential. So just phenomenal with it. And there's a very good chance you have people here with far lower cards. If someone's in here with say the 5, 6, 7, 8 or something like that with a king or something, you can see what terrible shape they're going to be in if the middle cards hit. And that's what you need to be. You need to be all. It's a game of draws. You don't get dealt hands, you get dealt draws. And if you're constantly playing stronger drawing hands than your opponents, I think you're going to have a big edge in the long term. 57, Paul. Well, who knows? Paul was maybe cool back then. You know, I remember Paul Michael Glazer from Starsky and Hutch. He was one cool bastard. So, you know, maybe it was a cool name back in whenever you were born. 57, that's 1960 something, was it 1958? Maybe it was a cool name then. Maybe it was still cool in 1974 when I was born, who knows. But, yeah. Not sure what I would like to have been. So we have a nut flush draw here, we have a pair, and we have the over pair against null. I think we just have to just shovel all the money in again, don't we? We do only have the flush draw here, which is unfortunate. If Rip was much deeper, I don't think we could make this play. So we've got him crushed on the flush draw front at least. Yes, we win again. And that's exactly the point I've just been making about having a better drawing potential in our hands here. I mean, we didn't have that much better drawing potential in that particular hand. I mean, he's just got all the money in there. He's had like an up and down straight draw, which isn't great, and like a weak flush draw. So yeah, he had some equity there, but in my opinion, he's massively overplayed it, and unfortunately, he's now gone. He lost $366 in just 73 hands. That, my friends, is 6-card pop limit Omaha. I think the servers might just have crashed. Not sure what servers you're talking about there, sir. Everything's working fine on my stream. Everything's working more than fine, in fact. It's going well. In fact, it's been a thoroughly pleasant morning, for which I can give you much credit, Paul, because it's you that inspired me to get the Twitch stream going again, albeit intermittently. If you hadn't inspired me to do that, I may not have logged into this game, and I wouldn't be currently in profit to the tune of $120. So yeah, thank you very much, sir. Do appreciate it. Right, you're talking about 888. Sorry, Pink. Yeah, 888 servers, not the best, are they? They're not the best. 696 and rubbish. Certainly aren't the best. I've been streaming for just about an hour now. The time doesn't fly when you're having fun. Yeah, a few more shout outs. I'm not going to be stopping on too much longer today because I've been struggling a little bit with the virus. My sleep pattern's been a bit shit. I've been up since around 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm back at work this afternoon, so I'm probably going to try and grab a cat nap at some point. But what we will say is hello to, we'll isolate with our decent rundown first. Hello to Alias, a new name to me. Apple Coke, Pirate and Pink Moon, all new names to me. Thank you very much for finding the stream. If you are not a follower, please do give us a follow. I'm a vain bastard and I like people clicking and following me. Please do give me a follow on Twitter too, if you have Twitter, at Reggie, and please do join the message board that I'm about to spam the link to again. It'd be nice if we could just get something going. So we've just flopped a pair with a ship flush draw. Really what I was hoping for. Made the flush. We're just going to keep trying to control the size of the pot. We may go for some value on the river. Do we have a full house? 3, 2 or a 5 in our hand? No, we do not. So I'm just going to fold. I am a young puppy. I feel young sometimes. Act young. I'll tell you what I am. Fucking massively immature. That's where I am. Like a 17 stone Peter Pan. That's what I am. Anyways, I'm going to put a song on. Because it's got a bit quiet since Noldful decided to stop himself from going broke. My current favourite song, guys. See if you guys enjoy it too. It's a very old song. You probably like it, Paul, because you're ancient like me. I don't know if this music's going to be too loud for you or not. So if somebody could comment on the volume versus my talking, I'd appreciate it. 5, 7, 8. Nope. Yeah, it feels nice to be back, Paul. I don't know how often I'm going to do it. I'm certainly not going to commit to a schedule like last time. But yeah, I'd hope I'd be doing it 4 or 5 times a week, maybe. Who knows? Tell you what, she was a stunning woman. If you haven't seen Crystal Gale, I suggest you watch this video on YouTube. She is an absolutely stunning woman. I think I'd very much like to have taken her out for a drink and maybe just join the finger club with her. Would have been quite nice. Yeah, so as you can see there, Big Volley has just got his money in. Again, in pretty dreadful shape. Really poor flush draw with like pretty weak 2 pair. You can find that a lot in these games. I think all our equities run closer together. I think the weakest players. Thank you very much, Pirate777, for the follow. I do very, very, very much appreciate it, sir. Not sure what hashtag sellout means, but never mind. What was it? I lost my trap here. Yeah, I think the weaker players in these games are outclassed way more than they are at Hold'em. In terms of when they're making mistakes in these games, they're making enormous mistakes. And because the equities run close together, they don't get punished as much in the very short term, but in the long term, I think it's going to be possible to have enormous win rates in these games whilst the games stay this quality. I hope they don't get too reggy. I mean, at 25 NL, 25 PL, whatever you want to call it in these games. I'd imagine if I was three tabling these, getting what, an average of 60 hands, 180 hands an hour, and I think we could have a win rate of at least 15 bigs 100. Who knows, what's that? 15 times 25 to 53, 75, 750. 8 maybe we could definitely make, but no, that seems too low. I think $10 an hour, taking $10 an hour out of these games is absolutely possible, if not more. I think win rates could be absolutely enormous because you get so deep, and if you get deep with somebody you've got a huge edge on and they make some absolutely enormous mistakes. In No Limit Hold'em you can't have huge win rates because people don't play more than 100 big blinds deep very often, you know, especially in speed poker now where rat holing just happens all the time. You know, the key to having good win rates is getting deep. That's where live win rates, that's where people play live games, because people buy for 250 blinds in live games. People are much fishier. That's what we need. We need stack depth and we need big edges, and that's where we get the big win rates from. But these games have definitely died off just a little bit now, so I am going to just call it. This was just a test stream. I may be back tonight, may not be back tonight, depends. I think what I'll do is anytime I'm playing 6 card PLO, I think I'll do a stream. When I'm doing something else, I don't know. For example, tonight I've got a coaching session with somebody I'm working with at 11 PM. So if I log in full tilt at midnight and this game's running and I'm not tired, I'll stream. And if I only get 6 people watching, well, fuck it, I don't care. I'm not that arsed about building like a really big stream here in terms of getting people viewing regularly, but I would like to use the stream to attract people to their message board and just build an overall fun poker community where we can just have a lot of fun with it. We can run some leagues, we can just chat the shit with each other. So yeah, I'm going to be using the stream basically to spam my new message board and to just have fun with it. Well, we have dropped down to 4 viewers. The games have gone really quite quiet now, and I wouldn't mind falling asleep before my wife comes home from work and disturbs me. So thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you to the 2 new subscribers. I'll probably, in fairness, be back at least tomorrow morning because I'm on the same shift at work tomorrow. So I'll probably be back tomorrow around 10:30 in the morning until around this time. So I hope to catch some of you then, if not before. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye for now.